Well, my name is Byron Butler. When I first found about the youth center, I was 13. I recently moved here from Minnesota at the time, and my mother wanted me to get more involved with the community. My cousin was attending this program, and at that time they were doing open gym basketball, and he invited me to come out and play. It was open to the community, and I went out and I started playing with a lot of different guys. Then I found out that was more of an after-school basis that they were doing here, and I wanted, getting involved. So I went home and told my mom about it, and then hoping that she forgot about it, because I found out that it was more of a Christian organization. Not saying I was against that, but it was something that I just came just to play sports. That's what my mindset was at that time, and at that time she told me that was no open to debate. You're gonna go, and that's how I started learning more and more and more about Christ and about the gospel, and just most importantly, just how people treat you there was the most important thing that stuck out to me. So.
First memories about Byron was how passionate he was, and the example of his passion was in our basketball games that he would have here. I remember the first time I saw him get a cramp, I thought his leg was falling off, and so how much he screamed and yelled, and but that was just a picture of who Byron is. Like whatever he was in, whatever he was feeling, it was 100%. So he was either, if he was angry, he was 100% angry. If he was happy, he was 100% happy. And he's just really passionate. So those are the things I really remember about Byron.
My church was doing Teens Involved, and that's when we started talking about spiritual gifts. And around that time, that's when Coop thought that would be cool that we participate. And I didn't really know what my spiritual gift was. Personally, I thought I talked too much, but everybody in the youth group thought that I should take involves into preaching. There were like different things like skits, puppets, musicals, and everybody raised their hand and said I should do preaching. I was completely against that because I was nervous, but Coop said, I'll help you.
God has put a calling on him ever since he was 16 years old. And I've seen it, and other people have seen it and told him, look, God has gifted you, in ministry, and you need to be ministry. And that's my hope for him, that he would just really get that and understand it fully. I think he's starting to get there, but I would really, that's what I would want from moving forward, to fully embrace that.
Coop decided to take a group of us young guys and take us to his home every weekend, every Saturday. And we stayed, played basketball, played with his kids. Like, I really started to see what a godly man looks like in a role of a family. And that was something that was important. I didn't understand it then, but I knew it then. And then every weekend, and I really started to see that my biggest struggle was that God wasn't really trying to replace my father. He was trying to give me a spiritual father. And that was something that was completely changed my life. And that's when I started to see, yeah, this thing is for real. This thing is not no joke. That's what the mentorship program is really about. It's not just about speaking truth to somebody's life. It's about living it. It's about pouring to somebody else and being that example, because every day, man, we got a legacy. We got a story that we're telling. And we're not sometimes saying it verbally, but the mentorship program basically spoke that legacy truth in my life, because I got the chance to see that every single weekend, not just on weekends and Sundays, but also coming through the youth program and seeing that every single day.
Just seeing where he's at right now is such an encouragement to me. When you do ministry for a long time, you're going to have your ups and downs in ministry. You're dealing with people. There's no formula that says if you do X, Y, and Z, this is going to happen. But when you see, like, man, my work really has meant something to somebody, it's really an encouragement to keep moving forward and keep going, and seeing where he's at with his family that he has now, and just taking in kids that weren't his own and making them his own, and desiring to give back and wanting to teach them, and him just saying the things that I taught him he wants to pass on. That's a real encouragement. So he has really blessed me just with the young man that he's become.
I have so many goals. One of my main goals is I really want to stay involved with church. Like, just recently, I want to learn everything I can. Like, at the church I go to is soundboard, teaching, any kinds of ministry. I think that's where my goals are at currently, as of right now, and also staying involved with the youth center as much as possible, giving back. So any way I can, whether it's attending Hotspot, doing men's retreats, and actually bringing my kids to be involved, I think that's one of the main goals that I have, to stay involved with the community as much as I can, because it was poured into me, and I felt like I'm obligated to do the same to somebody else.